Have you been feeling like the light is turned off? Have you been struggling with motivation to take the next step and move forward on your goal, your path, your life vision? You are in luck. This episode 147 of the Empowered by Design podcast, we are going to be having so much fun. We are going to be talking about tapping into the energy, embracing the wisdom, the power of the beautiful Mother Earth who holds it all together like women do. And also, I have a special treat of a very, very fun card pull with Angie Alchemist coming up in this episode. There's a part 1 and a part 2 all together in this episode. We are going to give you tips, open the door, open the portal for inspiration on taking that next step or knowing the next thing to do, following the sparkles of light in order to be on your authentic path in this life. Stay tuned. Welcome to the podcast, Empowered by Design. I am your host, Dr. Liz, a hopeful romantic, intuitive spirit, mom of 2 beautiful souls, and partner to the love of my life. I am a love and relationship specialist, licensed psychologist, and owner of Visionistas by Design Wellness Boutique. Our mission is to lead with love and empower you to heal, grow, shine, and fly. This podcast delivers lessons and conversations on the power of connection, of tuning in body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit to manifest your dreams in life, love, and biz with intentional vision. Share the love, spread the power. Dream, design, deliver. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, welcome to episode 147 of the Empowered by Design podcast. I'm so excited to be with you. We're going to do some snacks and apps, which is going to include stuff that's happening here at Visionistas, things that are going on in our realm here. And then this is like part 1. And then this is a very special treat. The first time that we've done this in this way, part 2 will be a card pull and little inspiration sesh, if you will, with Angie Alchemist. You know Angie from Love Notes with Angie. You've met her before. And so Angie and I are going to, well, we already did this. We already met. Today that I'm recording this is in the spirit of the new moon energy. So we met previously yesterday in the spirit of the approaching the new moon energy right now in this time. And it is springtime. This coming weekend is Mother's Day weekend. And we are combining the beautiful energies of the new moon, that time of beautiful darkness and quiet, to sit in an invitation to pause, reflect on the energy of the new moon, combined with the beautiful energy of spring and tapping into the wisdom, the power of Mother Earth and the beauty and lessons and majesty that she provides for us day after day, moment by moment, right? She's holding us all together in this beautiful realm of life. So we're putting those two together. I am going to talk a little bit about Mother Earth and the energy that she brings to us in a way that connects with this also a beautiful majesty of the new moon energy. So part 2 of this podcast you will be hearing Angie Alchemist and me. You'll be hearing us both talking about the new moon energy. And so Angie and I have been friends and have been biz supporting ladies in each other's lives, coaching each other, coaching ourselves, consulting for over a year. So probably over 2 years by now. We met in our coaching program with Sean Miner, and we have really connected and become wonderful friends. I can't wait we have never met in person. So Angie and I have never met in person, and we're planning to do that very soon. Angie is planning a trip to come. Oh my gosh. No, I did it. I did. I pushed record. I did this last time too. And then we had this whole thing about it, this whole conversation that I am not the only one who forgets or fears forgetting to push record. I see it's happening. You know what that tells me, Elizabeth? Slow down. This is exciting. And I'm excited to bring you this episode and excited to just kind of fill you in on what's been going on. So part 1 is here. We're in part 1 already. It's me by myself talking to you. Part 2 is me and Angie together when Angie, who recently acquired her card deck, her oracle cards, alchemy cards, by the same author, the same creator, Kim Krans, who created my favorite deck, my Wild Unknown Archetype deck and guidebook, which I love, that found me a couple of years ago in Los Angeles and had been my introduction to my own embracing of the power of pulling cards, reading cards. And I loved how Angie, if you follow Angie, all of her information is in the show notes. On her podcast, Angie did a beautiful introduction when she did her very first card pull on her show. Excuse me. In talking about how I talked to her about the cards for me and the meaning that they make for me, not only in life, but in work. That in therapy and in psychology, there's a strategy called projectives. So there's a whole big field of psychological assessments that are called projective assessments, meaning that in the test, in the assessment itself, it is a tool that is used to help us, the clients, help the patients, the clients, whoever is utilizing the test, to use the assessment to make meaning based on your individual personality, experiences, history, identity, culture, all of that stuff. That the projective assessment is a tool. And cards, there's lots of different cards out there. That's what helped me to understand the utility of them in life. Now, some people, there are people out there who believe that the cards in themselves hold power, and I'm not telling you what to believe. I have had some very magical and spiritually amazing experiences pulling cards for people. And whether you believe that the cards hold power or not is not really the point. The point is that we have lots of tools at our disposal to help us illuminate things that may be floating under, lying under, shoved under our conscious awareness. And cards are one of them. There's so many different decks of cards out there, and that is how I've loved using them, is to help people, whether it's in life, in love, in biz, helping to utilize cards similar to a projective psychological assessment. Again, it is not technically a projective test or assessment. There's lots of psychological projective assessments out there and lots of research around them. And guess what? The beautiful news is you don't have to undergo a psychological assessment. You absolutely can. And not all of us have the accessibility or time or need to do a full battery of psychological assessment. And what's beautiful about cards and other things in life, right? Looking at the beauty of a flower, enjoying time in nature, having an intuitive download, having an interpretive session about a dream or a daydream. All of these things help us to access information, intuition, inspiration that may be otherwise outside of the realm of our awareness. And so that is so exciting for me. My definition, my explanation was way longer than Angie's, and just because I talk a lot. We both do, but Angie is very concise. That's one of our complementary characteristics, is that Angie can kind of just go boom, 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 say what she means, and you're like, okay, got it. And sometimes I'm a little wordy. So that is one of the things that what helped me hear it on Angie's podcast, to help me think, oh, I should explain that here. That's a great tool to help you understand when I'm pulling cards. And this started way back when we started with empowerment cards. So maybe that really was my first official deck, were our women's empowerment cards that were gifted to my daughter years and years ago. So we have lots of those in our repertoire, in our library of inspirational, empowering types of things. So in part 2 of this podcast, you will hear Angie Alchemist, Angie Meyer, pull a card from her deck, and we both make meaning of it for ourselves in our lives right now, personally. Angie gives us all a beautiful invitation to make meaning of it in your life. And so if you are struggling right now with any kind of question about your direction, or something feels dark and uncertain, this is the podcast episode for you. Or if you just love tapping into the wisdom and beauty and power of Mother Earth, and you love hearing about new moon energy and how to utilize that invitation for pause in your life, this is the episode for you. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited that you are here. Welcome back if you are returning, and if you're new, yay! Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. So when we think of tapping into the wisdom of Mother Earth, one of the things, this is the theme of our upcoming illumination circle, which I'm so excited about. So this month of May, we are honoring that power and majesty and beauty of all of the things, all of the elements that Mother Earth, Mother Nature, however you want to call her, our beautiful opportunity to tap into the earth, the celestial beings, the sun and the moon and the universe and the galaxy and the planets, and all of those different powers are so just harmonious. Yes, harmonious, a symphony of beauty and majesty. And so that is just so exciting. One of the elements of the circle that we will be tapping into this coming week. So if you are in the area, if you live near me in the Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania, I welcome you, invite you to come. There is a link in the show notes for registering for our upcoming Illumination Circle. I'm so thrilled and grateful for this space to connect with other women who embrace these opportunities to use collaboration and connection with ourselves more deeply, with each other, in this space of empowerment and inspiration. I'm so, so grateful for this, and I can't wait for this week's. I've been doing I always have lots of ideas, but I feel like I lost track just right a moment ago about what I was talking about with Mother Earth because I thought of the beautiful thing that I wanted to show you that I have right next to me. So I'm going to come back to tapping into Mother Earth and the elements of air, wind, fire, water, right? Those elements that create our our planet, our globe, our experience, along with the spiritual celestial bodies that also give us beautiful energy. So when I was in Italy recently. So if you heard last episode, you know that I went to Italy and oh, I have a little bit of a mess here. But one of the pieces as you hear this shuffling, this is a mess. Look at this. Okay. I'm just going to show you this. Look at these beauties. Okay. Now you can see that I'm going to have some untangling to do, but I'm going to show you this. I was up until very late last night with these beautiful, if you can't see me, if you're listening and not watching on YouTube, if you want to see it, you can check out the YouTube video of this, and the link for that is in the show notes. But if you're listening, you're hearing some crinkling, you're hearing some noise. If you're watching, you're seeing these gorgeous beautiful purple flowers in all different shades of lavender, lilac, deep purple, some whites, and then greenery around them. When I was in Italy, I was in Venice. One of the cities that I was in was Venice, and in one of the stores, there were these beautiful hanging garlands of flowers hanging from the ceiling. And you can check out the reel that is on my Instagram page. Um, and I was like, "Ooh, that's that. I need to do that. I need to do that for this upcoming circle." So I lovingly, I was introduced to some beautiful flowers from so stay with me. There's a couple steps here. My son's prom date's mom. So yes, my ninth grade son went to the prom this past weekend. It was so amazing, so beautiful. As a friend with one of our family friends, he has played baseball with Ashley, her brother, for years and years. We're friends with their family, and Ashley invited Jackson to go to the prom with her after a little bit of like behind the scenes chit-chatting with moms. Anyway, I'm like, there's so much going on in life, but so in that connection and seeing them this weekend, Jen was using some beautiful flowers that are artificial, but they look so real and gorgeous. And so she sent me the link. I ordered my own and I made flower garlands. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It took me a long time. It takes me a long time to do crafty things, but lo and behold, I did it while watching the Phillies and then beyond, because the game ended while I was still doing it. And they're beautiful, and I cannot wait to decorate the space in again, here we go, spirit of Mother Earth, with the embracing of the elements of land, earth, air, fire, water. When you think about those powers, grounding in the earth, cleansing in water, soaring in the air, allowing air to be this beautiful thing that we embrace, and the power of fire, allowing that symbolically to help us feel warm and cozy, and also to burn off some of those layers or unnecessary things that we carry around with us. So these are some of the things that we will be talking about in the circle, and that I'm inviting you to tap into now, your associations with the power of grounding in nature, the power of looking at, touching, smelling, using your senses of sight, smell, taste, touch, hearing to appreciate the beauty. Sometimes all we need in life is a tiny little shift in our mindset, sitting in nature, drinking a glass of water, going to a body of water, hearing the waves crash against the shore, watching the majesty of a river flow, taking in the beauty of air and feeling that cleansing power of all of those elements to give us pause, to give us grounding, to allow us that time of reset. And so that is one of the pieces of this episode for us today. Is I invite you in your way to pause and reflect, to tune in with yourself, body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit, as you listen and embrace the beauty and majesty of our world, of this earth, and the realms beyond, as well as you listen to part 2, the next part coming up, where Angie and I talk about the beauty and majesty of this time for new moon energy. This combination of earth and celestial beings, the moon, the cycles that our world gives to us, help ground us, help encourage us, help us to know that there is a phase, there is a time for everything, for every season. And in so many aspects of beliefs and spirituality, whether that's religion or not for you, to recognize that we are gifted. We are gifted this abundance of power, energy, faith, hope, and love in so many different ways. And so I thank you for being here today. Stay tuned. It's coming right up. If you are listening, it's coming right up into the audio of part 2 with Angie Alchemist. If you are watching on YouTube, you just have to click to, either in the show notes or the button above, which will show you part 2, the new moon card pull with Angie Alchemist. Again, if you are in the area, I would love, love, love to connect with you at this week's Illumination Circle. I thank you for being here. I thank you for being a listener and a supporter of this podcast. Please share it. Please share this episode with someone that you love and spread the love, share the power, share the love, spread the power, do it all. I can't wait to connect with you next time. Stay tuned for a beautiful and inspirational card pull with Angie Alchemist. Take care. Thank you for connecting on this episode of the podcast, Empowered by Design. For further connection, subscribe to my email list at drliz.com to be sure that you are in the loop for exciting news, events, and resources. You can also follow me on social media at Dr. Liz and at Visionistas by Design. I invite you to subscribe to this podcast and send this episode to one of your people in order to share the love, spread the power. This podcast is designed to inspire, educate, and empower you to pursue your dreams with intentional vision. This podcast is not meant to be a substitute for psychological treatment or a working relationship with a licensed mental health professional. For more information on connecting with mental health resources in your area, visit drliz.com and click on resources. Thank you again for connecting, and remember, trust the heart, work your vision, dream, design, deliver.